When you have a sum or difference of radical expressions, you should simplify each expression so that you can find all the like radicals. Problem 3. Simplifying before adding or subtracting. What is the simplest form of the expression? The square root of 12 plus the square root of 75 minus the square root of 3. Well, consider what you might think on the left and what you may write on the right as you work through this problem. First think, to simplify each radical expression, factor each radicand. And so write our expression one more time, the square root of 12 plus the square root of 75 minus the square root of 3. Rewrite that as the square root of 4 times 3, note 4 is a perfect square, 4 times 3 is 12, plus the square root of 25 times 3, 25 is a perfect square, 25 times 3, 75, minus the square root of 3. No perfect squares are factors of 3, apart from 1, and factoring out 1 does us no good. Continuing on, 4 can be rewritten as 2 squared, 25 as 5 squared, and so we arrive at the expression the square root of 2 squared times 3 plus the square root of 5 squared times 3 minus the square root of 3. Separating these radicals, the square root of 2 squared times the square root of 3 plus the square root of 5 squared times the square root of 3 minus the square root of 3. Simplifying, we have 2 times the square root of 3 plus 5 times the square root of 3 minus the square root of 3. At this point, think, these are like radicals. Combine them. Remember that the square root of 3 is equivalent to 1 times the square root of 3. And so what we have here are 2 square roots of 3 plus 5 more square roots of 3 minus 1 square root of 3. In total, that's 6 square roots of 3, and our final answer, the expression in its simplified form. Your turn. What is the simplest form of the expression, the cube root of 250 plus the cube root of 54 minus the cube root of 16?